Welcome to the second episode of our Moonlight Tales. The story today is about the contest between the fox and the wise snail.
Wow.
This is the story. The fox challenged all snail to a race, knowing full well that he can outrun them at any time. Where the animals were chatting and discussing, an argument rose up, and fox told the snail and his kinsmen that they are too slow, that of all the animals, that they are the slowest.
Wow.
And the snail among them said, no, it is not true. That you think you can outrun me in a race? Why don't we test and see? So he accepted the challenge to race against the fox. And all animals said, hey, we know how this will end. Snail, why did you do this? Why did you take up this challenge? You know very well that you cannot run. You know very well that you are very slow in walking. Snail said that this guy cannot come and throw insults upon the faces of all the snails in the world. I will challenge fox. And they now decided on a particular day to run this race. Now, Snail came back home and called his kinsmen and said, I accepted a challenge from Mr. Fox, who thinks that he can outperform me in a race. And they said, yes. Why did you go and take up such a challenge? You know very well that Fox at any time can beat you in a race. So why? He said everybody should calm down. Then he now said that he needs an advice on what to do, on how to beat the fox. Now they called their elders. The elders of the snail came together and said, my son, it is foolhardy to accept such a challenge. However, we are going to deliberate and find out a way of making you the winner in this particular race. And all the elders gathered together and they started deliberating on what to do. Now, they called all the age mates of that particular young snail. They called all of them out. They came out and they resemble one another. They now say that you that accepted that challenge, you are going to be towards the finish line of the race.
Wow.
While these your kinsmen are going to be mounted on strategic points along the road at which fox is going to run.
Wow. That's a smart idea.
You see smartness? Now, they position the first person at the starting point. So fox on that particular day of the race, the animals gathered and they were watching. Unknown to fox that the snail have planned ahead on how to beat him in that particular race. No animal knew that this was the plan that snail had. So on that day of the race, they started running and fox zoomed, leaving snail behind, and was laughing as he was running. And look at you. You think you can outperform me? You think that you can run faster than I? Come, let me see you. As he was running, within himself, he felt like a king. Within himself, he was so proud of his strength that he can beat snail at any point in time. As he was running along the road, ahead of him, surprisingly, he saw snail. And he said, my friend, when did you get to this point? I just left you behind.
Wow.
Snail did not talk. He kept quiet and kept crawling. And said, look, you, okay. Fox zoomed off again. He ran and ran and ran, and at a point, he still met the same snail and said, what is really going on? He started getting discouraged. He asked himself, does it mean that I am not running as fast as I should? Or does it mean that I'm weak? Have I become weak suddenly? He was deliberating these things. What is the brain behind this? How come I cannot run faster, or I cannot run again the way I used to? What is happening to me? So he started, thinking about so many things, possibilities that can make him not to run faster than snail. He now summoned more courage again and zoomed off. And as he was running, because of being discouraged, his pace started slowing down. The rate at which he was running started slowing down. And he was about giving up. And he said, no, I can't take this. It has never been heard of that snail beat a fox to a race. No. So he started, running again, summoning courage to run. He was already weak because within himself, he has been discouraged by the performance of snail, because he never imagined that snail can beat him or run faster than him. So, towards getting to the finish point, far ahead of him, he also saw snail almost close to the finish line. I said, what? What is going on? So he started running. Before he could reach to where snail was, snail just crossed the finish line. And all animals cheered snail. Snail has done it. Oh, this has ever happened in the history of the animals. What is going on, snail? And snail just won the trophy just like that.
Wow.
And fox reached there, and all the fellow foxes and his brothers said, man, you disgraced us today. What happened? What happened to you? And he was filled with shame. So, this is the end of the story. How the wise snail beat the fast fox to a race.
Wow.
Yeah. So, what did we learn from this story?
I learned that life is not just about physical force. Sometimes you need wisdom to make the race.
Thank you very much. And you, my dear?
I learned that the fox didn't have wisdom, but the snail had wisdom, so he beat the race.
Good. And you?
I learned that wisdom is good. Someone can't have everything as a probability, but some people might have wisdom to win a race. Not only speed you can use to win a race. Or do
Wow.
Thank you. Sometimes it takes more than speed and physical strength to win in life.
Yes.
That is it. That is the lesson to learn. Sometimes it's not about how fast you are or how quick you are. Sometimes you need to apply wisdom. You saw what happened, that when the snake came back home, he knew quite well his weaknesses, that he could not beat this guy to this race. What did he do? He sought counsel. He called the elders together. How do we do this? How do I do this? It's always good. Surround yourself with wise people.
Yeah.
Please don't forget to like our video, share it, and follow us, please, so that you can get more of this video. The next episode promises to be more interesting. Join us. Thank you.